Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Furse, and welcome to BIMUN News Night. In our third edition, we will take a look at the committees of ITLOS and COEU by our reporter Sarah.
Honourable delegates of Spain and Portugal, can you tell me what were your discussions mainly about today?
The Kingdom of Spain is being of view that we did great progress today, and the discussions were mainly about the economic part of the European Union. To fight nationalism, we need a powerful and big market in the European Union. The other main topic was the identity of the European Union. We need citizens who are capable of acting within the European Union and have like an identity within the European Union.
And after your discussions today, what do you think about the progress you have made so far?
So today we entered in the progress of voting procedure. So we could hand in to the chair a working paper that is now assigned by the Secretary General to be a draft resolution, and this is to be voted on.
How do you feel within the committee? What's the atmosphere like?
We think that we have a great atmosphere. We're really productive in our discussions and in achieving our goals. And within the committee, there are many opinions.
This year's BIMUN Conference features a unique delegation of students in the HRC. They are part of the MiniMUN, a project by BIMUN FL. We will now take a look at a report.
Delegaciones que quieran hacer uso de la palabra, levanten sus placas. Delegado de Gabón. Creemos que refugiados suficientemente.
Discussing the situation of refugees or internally displaced persons, the delegates of the Human Rights Council deal with significant challenges and opposing viewpoints.
Una delegación que quiera efectuar alguna pregunta unitaria. Este debate moderado ha concluido. En este momento el foro se encuentra abierto para una nueva moción.
We are proud to present to you an interview with our three MiniMUN delegates, Lara Kissel, Emily Marte and Olivia Schöning, who represent NGOs in the HRC. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Could you tell us please what exactly is the MiniMUN project?
So the MiniMUN project is a project where students are taking part in the MUN. And so we're just 16, we're students, and we're just normally taking part in the MUN.
So how did you start? When was your first experience with MUN conferences, and when was the first time you took the role of a delegate?
So the first time we did this, I think, before the summer break. We took part in a school project, and it was a mini MUN, so there were only students from our school, and yes, it was a school project, and that was the first time.
Yeah, and so the 4 best students, they went on, so yeah, that was actually the only reason why we're here. We were invited, and yeah, we're very lucky to be here. I just remember that we did a little probe, we did a yeah, we did something just for like training it, and our topic was, I think, if mobile should be allowed in school. We had the 8 Millennium Development Goals, so it's like about poverty and other things, yeah, to help people in development countries. So we did that, and we were different delegations, so just as here we always were different countries. And yeah, we represented them.
Okay, so this is your now half of the week is behind this. What have you been debating so far, or what have been the discussions in your committee about human rights?
Okay, so as you said, we're talking about human rights, and especially we talked about, as the other mentioned already, we talked about refugees and IDPs. We talked about how we could help them, and also how we could reduce refugees, and which states would be able to help the refugees, and who could spend money on helping refugees, especially how we could help developing countries with their refugees. And really, as the other one said, IDPs are a huge topic for us too. Because they're not having the same rights, and yes, we're also focusing on IDPs and how we could help them.
So do you feel, when you talk about these issues and these problems and these challenges, with the other delegations, do you feel that you understand now what the United Nations face when they try to deal with these issues, and what problems they in the real UN might face?
Oh yes, of course. I think so. It's really like when you take part in this conferences, you really get the feeling that you're in the real UN, and you really understand the problems they're talking about, and you're thinking more about the topics you're talking about, and you're getting deeper inside it. And also, I never thought of before about people like IDPs or things like that, and now after this, it's the first time I thought about it.
At the BIMUN Conference, we debate issues of human rights, economy, sustainability, and law.
The debates for ITLOS is very interesting. We have a lot to discuss. We've been debating back and forth, and every day we seem to come up with something new that we could or could not discuss. So what we're really trying to do is stay focused on only the topics presented by from both sides, the agent of the Philippines and the agent for the People's Republic of China. So we've been in some unmoderated caucuses, and we're looking forward to hopefully coming up with a decision soon.
Well, today is actually the judgment day for the case China against Philippines, and the Tribunal for the Law of the Sea is going to decide who gets 9 islands in the South China Sea. I think it feels like we're having 5 hours unmoderated caucus, and it seems to be productive, but we need more legal basis for the case, because the only argument for the agent of China is historical title, but history is so doubtful that we cannot really rely on this.
Well, now you're surely interested in what the media team is doing in the whole conference. Right next to Deutsche Welle headquarters and the UN, they are represented by the media team, journalists who observe and comment on the debates. Their responsibility is to analyze and report both in print publication and by TV broadcast.
The only thing I'm thinking about is that it's not really like...
Stand im Gossip-Ding.
Yeah.
Someone was censoring the press at the club level.
Meeting deadlines and researching the stories of this conference, they complete the concept of Model United Nations. So this was it for today's edition of the BIMUN News Night. We wish you all a good night, but before that, remember, put your gossip in here if you have some. We wish you all a good night, and be a model, be united, and BIMUN.